I'm on downtown North Street in Pittsfield, right through the center of the city. It's a very pretty street, very pretty city. Pittsfield, don't get me wrong, it's got economic problems, but God, what a gorgeous city, geographically speaking. The Taconic Ridgeline right over here, the Berkshire Ridge right over there, a river runs through the center. It's a nice town, but I gotta leave tonight. It's snowing here, it's cold. That is my cue to get out of town. I'm gonna be driving back east towards Boston tonight. It's a long drive. I'm gonna make some stops along the way, and I'm just gonna take you guys along with me. Yes, I know it's cold in Boston too. I haven't deluded myself into thinking there's some magical warm place in Mass I can escape to tonight. But at least in the Boston area, the grounds are level. Here in the mountains, you hit a patch of ice, overnight all this stuff freezes, and I live in fear of wrecking this thing. So I may as well get out of town tonight. This right here on my right is the AutoZone that never has anything. I've featured it many times in my videos, and they never have anything that I want. And yet I always go there first anytime I need something for my car. I just bought an air compressor from there that I didn't need to replace another air compressor that I also bought from there that I didn't want to buy in the first place. Anyway, right up here is my post office. Let's see if they're still open. No mail. What a disappointment. I don't know why this stuff is taking so long to ship. The last time I had something shipped here was my tire chains, and it never came through. I don't know if someone is messing with my mail or what, but now I need to get some coffee and fuel up for the long drive across the state. Today's coffee place of choice, Cumberland Farms. My favorite road coffee. I'll show you why. For one thing, every coffee here is the same price regardless of size. For another, they have these cappuccino machines up here, so I like to mix it. Instead of putting cream in my coffee, I put some of this stuff. And then we'll just mix it over here with some coffee. And that cappuccino stuff is the same price as regular coffee, I think. I don't actually know about that, but it works for me. You can get like any flavor combination coffee there you want. Diet Pepsi goes in the door, coffee goes right here, and my butt goes right up here. The moonlight tonight is absolutely spectacular. It's a full moon. It's almost as bright as the sun. This is the scariest part of the drive. To get out of Pittsfield, I have to go up and over a mountain ridge. I'm doing the descent right now, and the roads are just all white. I can't tell if there's ice underneath. I've seen some skid marks on the road, so cars have veered off here. And I'm about to go around another turn. I am just going so slow. I'm in Chesterfield, where the mountain comes back down to grade level, which should be the rest of the trip. To celebrate, I thought I'd stop at the Chesterfield Gorge, which I'm about to drive right by. I know I've been there several times, lost a drone there, flew a drone there, other stuff. It's right up here. Maybe I can get a nice shot of it in the moonlight. When the moon is so bright tonight, I want to see if it reflects on the gorge. That would be pretty. Right up here. Oh, it's so dark. Well, at least there's no cars here. I am wearing a headlamp, so I'm not being completely reckless. I just want to go to the edge, and then I will turn my headlamp off, see if I can see anything just in the moonlight, be putting my iPhone sensor to the test. You can definitely hear the water below, but I'm not sure it's quite bright enough. The moon, unfortunately, is behind the tree line. However, at the higher elevations where the moonlight does hit, you can definitely see the rocks. Now that is showing up on my iPhone. That's all just the moonlight right there. Let's see if I can get back to my car using only this nice green light on my headlamp that I actually like. Couldn't really see it, but I could hear the water, and that was peaceful. Chesterfield Gorge has a lot of memories for me. I've talked about that in previous videos. Now I am just cranking my amber lights to get the heck out of here. Yeah, this road is a little something. But those amber lights that I installed myself, by the way, they are so awesome. They just light up the treetops. They light up so much more than my high beams do. I am not taking the Mass Pike tonight. I'm taking a scenic route. This goes through a bunch of small towns. This one is called Williamsburg, right outside of Northampton. It's got a really cute downtown that I just drove through. Not sure how much you can see in the dark. The only downside to driving through downtown Northampton is there's only one lane painted in the road, but everyone treats it as two. It's such an unsafe driving situation. You actually have to do a lane switch halfway through this phantom lane. Otherwise, you get railroaded off the road. But if you can develop the muscle memory for driving through Northampton, it's totally worth it. Oh, here we go. There's a Lowe's right up here on the left. Someone in the YouTube comments told me they sell a higher concentration of the propylene glycol stuff. A couple of videos ago about my antifreeze, I complained how Home Depot does not sell a concentration of antifreeze higher than 45%. Someone said that Lowe's actually does, so I'm gonna go in and check it out. I just want to make sure it's the propylene glycol, the safe stuff. Lowe's and Home Depot categorize stuff differently. For example, the propane, you have to go into the lawn and garden section at Lowe's. At Home Depot, it's in like an entirely different section with chemicals and stuff. So I have no idea where to look for antifreeze in this store. Outdoor chemicals seems promising, but I just went through everything here. It's all just like insecticide and pesticide and stuff. So I guess antifreeze is not an outdoor chemical. According to Lowe's, I think I'll go check out the automotive section next. Here we go. What do we got here? Lots of car wash stuff. This is antifreeze, but it's the bad stuff, the ethylene, the poisonous, not what I want. Wait a sec, check this out. You see that? If it comes into focus, propylene glycol. This is in fact the safe stuff. It should say that on, yeah, right there. This is the good stuff that I can put in my system. Now, does it tell you what the concentration is? Yeah, I don't know how these companies get away with not listing the concentration of antifreeze in their mixes. It seems so important. I did notice that this lists water as the main ingredient, so that tells me it's probably at least 50% water, right? Which makes it no better than the glycol that they sell at Home Depot. So I'm gonna give up on this stuff. I will go through the store. Maybe there's something else I wanna buy. It's just nice to stretch my legs for a little. I've been thinking of getting a TV for the inside of the van. I suppose I'd need something like this. Here we go, the little buddy, what I have. I trust this thing with my life. I noticed they make some different variations now. Mr. Heater. Everything is like Mr. this, Mr. that. I'm not necessarily sure this is something I would want in my van. I guess it's trying to radiate the heat directionally or something. I'm not sure that would really work. The thing about those little buddy heaters, the heat just goes straight up like a chimney above it. It doesn't get blown out. Check this out. I thought it was like a soda or something. It's for hummingbirds. I managed to get to that store and not buy anything. That took some discipline. But yeah, no propylene glycol there, except they have something, but it's not any better than the Home Depot stuff. So now we know. I am gonna go up to a mall up the street that I've been to before. Kind of a weird mall. It's a mall where you don't buy products, you buy experiences. I think it might be open for another hour, so let's go see. Well, I had wanted to walk through the Hampshire Mall, one of my favorite places to walk. They have all these experience type stores, like a karate place, arcade, bowling alley, gym, wellness spa, meditation, like all this stuff. It's closed, apparently. They close at 8, kind of weird for a college area. But the only place open is Target and Anchor Store. Probably the only store here you can buy physical products. I am getting some propane here. Don't really need it, but I don't really need anything else. I just kind of want to go for a walk. Check this out. All the Valentine's stuff is out already. Well, I guess that's like a month away, right? I took a look at the kitchen section. I'm always trying to think of new tools to optimize my whole cooking situation, but I feel like I've kind of perfected it. I ended up buying propane and garlic, two things that have become important in my life since I moved into a van. But I'm kind of bummed that the rest of the mall is closed. It is actually pretty late already, 9 o'clock, so I don't think I'm going to be stopping and walking anymore on this trip. Time to buckle down and just get to Boston. At least gas prices are the lowest I've seen them in like 20 years. Less than $3 a gallon. That's pretty amazing. This will be my last refill, probably in a while. When I get to Boston, I kind of hover around a very small area for a few days. I just got wildly lost in a town called Palmer. Has the worst street layout I could ever possibly imagine, even worse than Ithaca, New York. I've been trying to avoid the turnpike and just take roads and stuff. Got to a certain point, but I'm getting back on the pike now. It's already really late and I just need to crash. Man, I'm so happy to be in Boston. I've been driving for I've been up for way too long. I've been battling not falling asleep at the wheel for the past hour. I don't like driving like that. Yes, I made it to Boston, thank God. I was getting so tired. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. Stopping and filming that whole drive made it 3 hours longer than it needed to be. But sorry, that was probably a boring video. I stopped at the Chesterfield Gorge and it was all dark. But, driving across the state is a big part of my life. I do it multiple times a week. It's hard not to film it, basically. And if you're going to live in a van, you're going to be driving a lot more than you used to do. Especially if you have a 9-to-5 job. Because during the daylight hours, you're going to be working, You're going to find yourself driving at night. Sometimes if it's early in your van life, you'll be looking for places to park. You might find yourself driving late into the night. It's just going to be a big part of van life. I don't recommend filming it for YouTube like I do, because that just adds to the tediousness of it. Anyway, thanks for watching. This was probably a sucky video, but what can I say? I'm enjoying this new camera angle, and I'm going to have a good night's sleep. I'll see you in the next adventure. Peace out.